from the start. Pine Hills 438, West Orlando.
Same here. Pine Hills, West Orlando.
And what makes Pine Hills unique?
I think, essentially, in my opinion, I think it's not just Pine Hills, but Orlando is like the greatest underground market for unsigned talent. Pine Hills specifically, I think when you grow up in this neighborhood, you see, you know, a lot of stuff. You see a lot of stuff, good and bad, and you have the opportunity to see certain people go off and, you know, blow and change their life that come from these same environments, these same situations. I think that with Pine Hills specifically, it's bigger than just one person. We've had the great opportunity to see a lot of people come into a situation of prosperity, but I love the hood. I love the city, the climate in which we going, how we build it, but I love Pine Hills. It ain't enough that I can really say to articulate or put it in words, but everything I do is centered around, you know, pushing the culture forward, and Pine Hills being at the forefront of that.
For sure.
What motivated you to get into rap? Like, what was that pivotal moment? Coming out of Pine Hills, just, you know, I got it. Like,
I'll say, at least for me, it started back in high school. I think it's a little bit of a different, interesting story for me because I grew up, and people know me back in the day when dancing was big in hip hop. That was me. You know what I'm saying? I was big in dancing. Even in chorus, you know what I'm saying? I was in chorus in middle school all my life before a nigga hit puberty, and that was over with. But it was one day I was in a temporary hallway, and it was an artist named J. Cole. Everybody knows J. Cole, right? So at this time, I wouldn't say everybody was jamming J. Cole the way they is now, but he had to take off Friday Night Lights. And I ran across it one day, and I just bumped it. And then just hearing him the way he was rapping, and the way he articulated it, and just it immersed me. I ain't gonna say, I honestly say I don't think I've never heard anybody rap like that at that time. And then ever since then, that day I think I made a commitment. I was like, oh, I want to do this for the rest of my life. And ever since then, it's been that.
I think I've always loved rap music. Always. Like, one thing we don't have in common, I never wanted to be a rapper in high school. It was Friday Night Lights was a great tape too. But I never wanted to be a rapper until about, I think my first year in college. You know, me and the homie Drake, we sitting in his uncle's whip, his Ford Runner. I'm probably gonna kill me for this story, but we were smoking in the whip, and shit, I can hear him right now. Smoking, I don't support it. But nah, we were sitting in the whip, and the homie was just like, man, Fred, let's be rappers. And I looked him dead in his eyes. I was like, nigga, you need to stop smoking. Like, you just, I don't know what's in the weed, nigga, but that shit is officially smoking you. I never wanted to be no rapper, and I told him, I was like, I don't want to be a rapper because it requires a certain level of vulnerability that you have to actually put into your music for it to be genuine, for it to, you know, really feel like it's coming from the soul. And, you know, we smoked some more. He kept bugging me about it, and I was just like, man, just come to the studio, let's just do it, bro. We did it. That was cool. That was great. We went and recorded a song called City Bed Jumping. It was dope. But then I come back to Orlando. This is 2018, summer 2018. I go to Avalon Studio, Avi, and I record my first song ever, and it's called The Art of War. And it took me 2 takes, and it only took me 2 takes because I fucked up on one word. And I remember my first time hearing it back in the headphones. I started the song off with play all that fake rap shit for your granny. Yeah, and I was just like, when I heard my voice, I was like, oh shit, this is crazy. Like, and the first line, this shit deeper than mind control. Pay your respects and pay what you owe. It's like everybody on gold till they hop out of all black whips and it's old no. And when he played that shit in the speaker and I looked back and I seen all my homies, they was like, oh shit. And it was just like, from that moment, I knew this is what I wanted to do. Like, I knew if I didn't ever want to be great at anything else, I wanted to unequivocally be the best person that does this. Like, that was the one moment that said for me, yeah, bro, I gotta be great at this. I have everything to prove to myself. I have everything to prove to the people around me. And it was, from there, it was just, you see where I'm at now. And I haven't done shit. I want to clarify that. I'm nowhere near where I want to be. But that's what did it for me. That was that moment. I'll never forget that. I'll never forget Drake saying, hey, let's be rappers. And me telling him, yeah, you gotta stop smoking. You gotta stay off the fucking weed.
Okay. So what are your plans for this next tape? Like, what got the chemistry going for this tape, Cooch and Caine?
Cooch is a genuine brother. That's what made it easy for me. One thing about me and Zion he's a first. He knows this firsthand. I hate rappers. I hate rappers. I hate rappers so much. I hate me. Like I hate rappers. And I didn't want to ever do a song with anybody. I was just so against it because I felt like everybody was my competition. And with Cooch, I never felt like that. You know, from the jump, he brought a cameraman to my first show just to give me content. Me and Cooch never had a conversation. He was gonna come pick me up for my interview with Westside. Never ever politic, never none. And Cooch from right up the way, we from the same hood. Never had no conversation, nothing. He was just so willing to, you know, be real and stuff. And he just told me straight up, he's like, bro, I heard it. He's like, from the second I heard it, you know, Cooch, man, you know, from the second I heard it, Freddie, like, Caine, you know, I just know, bro, you just one of the ones. And it was just like, man, when I actually took the time to sit down and listen to his music, I was like, bro, I feel the same way about you. And we sat in my backyard and we talked for like 2-3 hours, like, and we did that for like 4 days straight. That's a fact. And he came to me, he was just like, bro, I want to do a tape. And around this time, I'm so mentally exhausted with the Kill Everything EP. I'm like, hey, bro, whenever you want to do it, I'm with it. I did not know that Cooch was going to book the studio session 3 days after my tape dropped, but he was so hell-bent on, I genuinely want to do this. And we did it, and I was excited to see how well our sounds could mesh together. And I was also excited to step out of my box of, you know, mentally feeling like I'm competing with other people. I'm like, this is going to be a great opportunity for me mentally. I never really told nobody that, but I was just so stuck on, I have to kill a rapper every time. Every time I get on a verse, I want to bitch slap your favorite rapper and make him feel like he ain't shit. And I realized, bro, that can't be the mindset because you start projecting that outwardly. And with Cooch, I never felt like that. To this day, I've never felt like I'm competing with the homie. It's always, how can we eat together? How can we win together? And it's like when you can look across the room and see and know that's real about somebody, it's easy to work with those people. It's easy to say, you know what, I want to bring this guy to the top with me too, regardless of whatever come with it. It's easy. And that's what really, because I'm like, shit, rapping, the rapping part is easy. You got to act, when you can actually rap with somebody you like, this ain't just business, bro. Like, when you can actually rap with somebody you like, it's a blessing. And he did his shit. Like, I remember we did Legendary. And I'm sitting in the, he in the booth, Chino doing his shit. And I'm sitting back playing. I'm like, shit, you know, Cooch about to do his verse. I'm about to do my verse. And then the beat start playing. I'm like, okay, there we go. And he's like, Accolades is cool, but Legendary is better. I'm like, oh, shit. Chino, stop it. I'm like, oh, shit. I scratched my whole verse. Scratched the whole thing. I was like, man, fuck that. I was like, Accolades is cool, Legendary is better, but you ain't about to out-rap me, motherfucker. That's how I feel. Right. Fuck everything else. But that's what it did on my end. That's what it was.
So it's more so that energy. Both of you got that energy of excellence. So when you collide,
standard was there automatically, and it was dope.
Sure. And that's a story. I didn't hear that one. That was a good one.
Scratch my whole verse. Had to.
So you just threw it in the trash.
Yeah, I was just like, nah, fuck it. Yeah, I was like, fuck it. Not gonna get me. Not like that. It was just Accolades is cool. It just sounded so crazy. It gave me chills. Like I literally told Chino, stop it. Like I'm like, Chino, stop it, please. Like, please. Like, and Cooch just went in there to play around too. He was like, I'm just testing the mic. Accolades is cool, and I'll never forget that. That was like, oh hell no, I'm fuck this verse. It still fuck that verse, because the verse I put on Legendary is dope. Right.
Definitely. Okay, so in what way do you aim to make a difference?
I think, personally for me, I think with both of us really, I think with us trying to make a difference, I think, right, God is always the focus. So, even with me, when you notice you hit a tape, I don't cuss. Or I stopped cursing maybe a couple years back. I stopped cursing on my music.
Not to curse you off. Not to cut you off.
Yeah, go ahead.
I curse.
Yeah, he cursed still. I'm eventually get him to stop cussing.
Cooch hit me like, why you said that?
Eventually, but because he hard enough not to. You get what I'm saying? I feel like, it's at that level. I think with trying to change the world, really. You get what I'm saying? To change the hip hop scene, and I'm grateful that, right, we the new up and comers of hip hop. That's how I see it, and that's how I see it with me and all my peers. Not even just Freddie, and it's just like, I think it's really about, you know, impact. It's really about legacy. To say the word legacy is easy. You get what I'm saying? But I really feel like it's really about changing the world. And I feel like if you're not doing that or thinking that way when you're trying to do what you're doing, then you might be thinking a little bit too small. You know what I'm saying?
No, 100%. And just to piggyback off what he said, I think I even wrote this in the song. Truth is, the only way to make a difference is to be different. Like you, and I think with me, if I'm the smartest guy in the room, I don't want to be in that room. If I'm the richest guy in the room, I don't want to be in that room. I want to be able to learn something. I've been able to learn a lot from the rooms I've been in, and when it comes to making a difference, it's not about people believing in you. It's about you being able to make them believe in themselves. It's about you being able to articulate the applicable knowledge that will help a person change themselves, because what may work for him ain't gonna work for the next man, and what may work for me ain't gonna work for the next person. But if I can, conversate, properly and not even just conversate, comprehend what you may be going through or what you may be dealing with, you might just need a conversation. Somebody else may need you to pull up on them. Another person may need you to just, hey, bro, hey, man, I just DoorDash you some food, man. I know food make you happy, bro. Whatever situation may be, but making a difference is about knowing the people and being able to resonate applicable knowledge to them. Give them something that transcends just, oh, yeah, man, I talked to Freddie the other day. Yeah, a lot of people call my phone, ask Cooch. It's bad, actually. It's horrible. It's horrible.
So you think in this industry, do you think in this industry energy is important? Like when you walk into a room, can you feel through the room what energy needs to be, as far as with each project or something like kind of break down that type of process? Because some people go in rooms, they don't even feel any energy. They just go, but.
If I make
go ahead.
quick pieces, I know he.
No, go ahead, bro. I have to keep up on close on this.
I think with energy, I think the most important thing is leave when you're in a place in a workspace, or you're in a place with dealing with individuals, anybody. It don't gotta be business. It could be just your family member. It could be your friend. It could be anybody you encounter with.
Emotions.
I think is to have your emotions intact and in check and compartmentalize what you may be going through. It don't allow that to affect your daily conversations with other people.
Yeah.
So I think, especially in the workplace, in an area of which you're trying to get things done, energy is extremely important, because we all humans. We all can feel. You know what I'm saying? When somebody enter the room, we all can tell different vibes. We all can feel it to a certain extent. Yeah. And I feel as if you don't want to be the cancer, if you may say, energy-wise. You get what I'm saying, in the room. So I think, but it's also important in order to have that, you gotta be trying to do your best to have a certain level of purity about yourself.
Oh,
when you're not with people, when you by yourself, because it's what you by yourself and how you feel, and
that's
what you're doing by yourself.
Of integrity.
That's what's going to take.
When nobody's watching, how you handling your power.
That's the energy that goes in the other room. So I think, like Caine said, it's about integrity and keeping self accountable to the best of our abilities. We all struggle in different things, but with energy, you definitely got to compartmentalize what you may be possibly going through and keep the focus and the goal at hand.
Yeah, that's exactly what I would say.
Yeah, because I know a lot of
leave your emotions at the door.
Rappers, they deal with mental health,
for sure,
and I always wonder why. You know what I mean? Like, the people that surround themselves, like, are they doing some type of inner work? Because the better you're at peace with yourself, the better the music's gonna be.
100%.
I mean, the reality of it is this, right? As a rapper, you need to understand that what makes my situation great is nobody else around me wants to be a rapper. Like Caine don't want to be a rapper. He's good at doing what he do. Killer K Shot is good at what he do with the camera. And Raekwon don't want to be a rapper. He wants to do his rental company. So it's no. I have the right energy around me in regards to the space I create in, because everybody around me will be talking. I'll be like, hey man, cut that down. I need to get these 4 bars out, and they got so much respect for what I'm pursuing. The energy is just so aligned with what I'm doing. I want you to be great so bad. All right, bro, I'm gonna cut this down. That situation may be. Like, energy is important, because sometimes I'll walk in the room and my energy will be so off. Like, I'll be straight before I walk in the room, and then I'll walk in the room, and then I'll start looking around, and I'll just start hearing, or whatever situation may be, and then my energy gets off. And like he said, I immediately gotta, hey bro, you here to do a show, you here to network, you don't give a fuck how you feel today. He say, check your emotions. I say, leave them bitches in the car. Put them in the fucking glove compartment box, because at the end of the day, this is business. And I'll be honest with you, the person who brings his emotions to the table leaves with the shittiest deal every time. Every time. That's a fact. So energy is important, and not just music, life.
So where are both of your careers headed? Like, what's the vision? What's the game plan? What's the point of execution?
I know that as this grows, I've been blessed and fortunate enough to be in bigger situations than I could have possibly ever imagined, and Cooch is a part of that. I know right now my main focus is just putting my mental health at the forefront of everything. And in order to do that with music, I just want to have fun. Like Zion was talking to me earlier, and he was just like, I had spit him a verse, and he was just like, is that going on the project? I was just like, nah. I was like, I'll get there when I get there. I just want to make good music, and then that process will be easier. So it's just one step at a time for me. Right now, my main thing is aligning myself properly with the right posture, reposturing my heart, you know, so I can just be open to the blessings that God wants for me. Because he's blessed me in ways that I still don't understand. Like, how? Why me? You feel me? Why me? And it's like, I have to take pride in just knowing, like, okay, this ain't just happening for no reason. Good and bad things. This ain't just happening for no reason. You take it, you learn from it, and you know, try to be a bigger blessing. That's where my career is headed. I'm going to be able to be a bigger blessing. Like, regardless of whatever that entails, I'm going to be a bigger blessing. Of course, I'm finna drop more music. Of course, I'm coming out with the merch line. Of course, that's what I signed up for when I became a rapper. But at the end of the day, Fred, I want to be a blessing to the people around me. It makes no sense if I can't elevate Killer K, if I can't elevate an Andre or elevate a Cooch. I'm not a service to the room. I'm not a contribution. If I can't be a contribution or a service to the room, I don't want to be there. And whether that be rap, whatever decision, I'll quit rap. The second I can't push the needle forward with this, I'll stop. I'll really stop. I'll stop rapping. I'll start learning how to make beats or do something else in music. But the second I can't push the needle forward with this, I'll stop. I'll stop.
How would you describe your style of music?
I'll describe my style of music. Really, to be honest, I think I just be trying to make the hardest music possible. Like, that's it. Like, really when it come down to, you feel me? Like, every record, that's just how it is for me. I want every record to be the hardest record possible. And that's just how I look at it with music.
Yeah, my style of rap is just kill a rapper every time.
Kill everything?
Kill everything. You know? That mindset is just so important, though. Because I genuinely love music. I'm always trying to, what can I do to elevate me creatively? Because I hear it all the time. Oh my gosh, bro, you up next? Da 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 da. And it's just like my response to that is always, I got more work to do. Because I'm not just trying. Like when my next project drop, I don't want you to feel like you're hearing the Kill Everything EP all over again. I don't ever want to be boxed in. I want to be able to create new music and just new sounds and do things I ain't never did. Man, I'm in there playing with auto-tune, a little piece.
Oh, okay, that's dope.
Yeah, it's dope. It's fun.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, I mean, like you said, you find new pockets of creativity.
Right. That's what my style is. Just always trying to innovate and lyrically inclined to, kill your favorite rapper's favorite rapper. That's just really what it is. And I say that humbly. Because if I said it arrogantly, a lot of people would be pissed. Cooch gave me the look. I won't name drop anybody. He gave me the look before all this started. I ain't gonna say nothing crazy.
So on this next project, what is your favorite song on this next project? Like, this.
What's your favorite song, Cooch?
That's tough.
It is tough.
That's tough. I ain't gonna lie, what keep coming to mind, I like a lot. I like 30 Days a lot. I really like 30 Days. I think when people hear 30 Days, it's like, I think after the intro, then after Blind, and then you hear 30 Days, it just, I feel like it's, the whole tape, I think it's an incline. You get what I'm saying? I feel like from the first record to the second record to the third record to the fourth and then to the fifth, it's just like, it really, I think once you hit 30 Days and it's that third record, it almost solidifies how hard the tape is. So I think 30 Days is one of my if not the favorite record on that. One of them.
30 Days.
Blind for me.
Yeah, I know. I already know you're gonna say
Blind.
Blind.
Blind is like,
Blind is that record too.
It's that record, man. It's like, it was just dope. But no, Blind would be that record for me. I just think the creative process behind it, the pockets in which we was in, and what we was able to do on the hook is dope. But Nothing Was the Same is probably like the best record on it. I think it's the most creative record because we go back and forth, so it's like it's real dope. And I play this game of Would You Rather. It's gonna be really dope when you hear it. Like the Would You Rather thing is really really dope. But I would say Blind is my favorite. But if I had to unbiasedly pick a record, it would probably be Nothing Was the Same because that's what took me. That's what was most creative about this for me. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
okay.
It was dope.
Just trying to check them off as I go. Would you say both of y'all have alter egos, or this is or do you feel like that alter ego is what brings you out of your element to rap the way the styles you rap?
Nah. Well, at least with me, I can answer. Yeah, it ain't no alter ego. It's just like Cooch you get in the booth is the cooch you get at church. It's the cooch you get in the streets. It's the same cooch. So.
I'm okay. I'd say not to cut you off. Yeah, no, I don't have no alter ego, but I definitely do understand that code switching is an imperative asset with articulation. Like, you need to be able to know how to talk to people differently. You need to know how to, change the tone. But nah, I don't got no alter ego. I just know I'm not the same person that I am in the studio in church, because you can't curse in church. But nah, I don't have no alter ego. Hell nah. Freddie Caine is like, Fred is just Fred, and to a degree, you actually do get the same person from church in the studio.
You do, bro. You just don't cuss.
Yeah, 100%. You feel me? Like, no alter ego and stuff.
Dealing in this business, do you think it's imperative that you understand the business side more than the music side?
Hell yeah, got to. I ain't even gotta say nothing. Hell yeah, got to.
Because some people come in just for they want the popularity. So I think everybody has their own intentions.
I advise those people to stay the fuck out my way. like this ain't no popularity contest for me. Yeah. And once you start politicizing it, it does become a popularity contest. But you have to learn the business side of this, or you're going to, and I'm just blatantly saying this, you're going to get fucked over. Somebody's going to bend you over a table and do things to you that your parents would not want to happen to you if you don't know the business side of this. It's such an imperative thing. Like, you see people, I signed a deal in my life, oh my God, and then everybody's happy for him, and then 6 months later, it's just like, man, fuck the label, fuck this, man, fuck my manager, Nah, you should have learned the business side of this, because in everything you do, I don't give a fuck if you go up to the car mechanic, I don't care. Whatever situation may be, there's a business side of this where if you go to the car mechanic and you don't know how much it costs for an oil change, you're going to get your ass taxed. If you go to the plug and you don't know that at $25, $30, he going to hit you over the head. It's simple. And knowing business is important. That's why you got to teach your kids from a very young age. Know how to count money. Know how, to subtract, how to divide. Put them in a position to where can't nobody do nothing to them. Because, shit, this music industry, people are greedy. It's simple. Everybody wants to win.
For sure. And I think that to add on to that, I think some people, like, everything he said is true. I think some people, I've heard people say, like, that's just the business game, or that's just business. And I think we got to change the narrative on what's business. I think that's not business.
It's not proper business. It's not right business. Right.
I feel like, right, I mean, I guess in the terms of they're gonna treat the CEO like the CEO. They're gonna treat the janitor like the janitor. But I think when it comes to integrity, right, and people say, hey, it ain't no integrity in no business. It ain't. I have a problem with that, because I feel as if that's not business. You get what I'm saying? I feel like that's respectfully, like, because I know there's people who really go through that. That's like he said, that's rape culture. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. To take something from somebody else without their knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Or even date rape, right? Because they'll show you the fancy cars. They'll show you. Or they take you out to dinner. They'll bring your mama. You feel me? They'll bring out this whole facade to get you drunk, for better or worse words, and then for you to sign a deal. You know what I'm saying? When you're not sober, right? Because you're not sober because they showing you they're deceiving you by the smoke screen of the lifestyle. You get what I'm saying? Just so they can get your ink on the pen. You get what I'm saying? So I feel as if we gotta change the narrative. That's not business. I don't feel like that's right. Yo, rite of passage. Like that's what has to happen when you first get in the game. You get a bad deal when you first get in the game. Nah, I don't feel like it should be like that. And I think, like Caine always say, you get what you negotiate. So just to get back to the root of the question, you gotta know the business. Yeah, you gotta know it.
Got to. Because if you don't.
So with the level of success, I know y'all say y'all still moving in y'all eyes, but there are people that, like you say, the day they came to the, they trying to see where you was at, where y'all was at. How do you balance that normalcy of your life versus the artists that people know? Like,
don't ever get my time wrong, because I respect people's time and space. That's just how I am. Like, at the end of the day, Killer K put his pants on the same way I put my pants on when it's time to go to work. Same thing with Cooch, same thing with everybody else in this room. It's about respecting people. It's about understanding, like, I'm Fred. Like, I'm a rapper, but that's entertainment. Like, I can't stress it enough. Just don't ever get my time wrong. Just respect my space. There is no normalcy in entertainment, because if I put it like this, just put a perfect example, right? If I'm at the Oscars with Will Smith and Chris Rock, And I hop on that fucking stage. Security's gonna snatch me off that motherfucker so fast, like, cause I'm nobody. Like, I'm not even gonna get close to Chris Rock. Will Smith can only slap Chris Rock because he's Will Smith. Like, you actually only gonna get that close to somebody on the Oscar stage because you're Will Smith. Now, my point in all that is. Hold on, my bad. I'm sorry. I just rewatched all that shit in my head. Like, damn.
I was shocked when he sat down across his legs. I was like, he's staying? Cause I
he
thought
smiled walking off stage. Like,
I would have slapped him, then I just walked to the car. Like, you know, I know security coming. They ain't even got to pull
Will
me.
Smith.
I'm just good.
God bless you, brother. God bless you, man. I pray for you know. I pray that this situation, you and Chris Rock, you know, situation back. But my point in all that, I don't want to go off on a tangent.
Yeah.
My point in all that is, it's just like there has to be a certain level of like we got to start treating people like what they are. Like, but we also need to remember we all are humans. So like he said, respect the janitor and the CEO the same. But hey, the CEO is the CEO, and it's gonna be a lot harder to replace your CEO than it is your janitor. And the respect for those two people should be the same as humans. But the respect for their titles and their job and the weight that those things carry, it's just like, hey, I respect you as a man for putting your pants on. But I'm going to be honest with you right now. I don't mop floors, but if you had to put a suit on and come run this country, you'd probably want to go mop some floors. Because it ain't just you just don't get no title for nothing. So, nah, it ain't no, you just got to have a proper level of respect. And I think you'll always be good. That's why I say don't get my time around. You know, friends, family, business partners, what? It's just respect. Because I can't call him and be like, hey, Cooch, you bitch ass motherfucker. Get in the motherfucking studio, you punk pussy ass nigga. I need you in the studio on this motherfucking tape. He gonna look at me like, hey, bro, what you want? Boy, that weed smoking you to death, some shit. But I'm gonna hit you back when you got your mind right. Because you got me fucked up. And he don't even cuss. But that's the type of, that's what disrespect are. So, you know, that's all. It's disrespect. At least in my opinion.
Okay, so how long does it usually take for you to write a song? Like, coming in, paper, pad out your phone, whatever you're doing, just coming up with some crazy stuff like, boom, let's go to the booth. Like, what's your process with that? It take you 2 hours? It take you an hour?
I'll say for me, I don't know. Sometimes, a lot of times, I mean, it depends, right? So, it don't take that long. I can say that humbly, like maybe like an hour the most, 30 minutes or something like that for me, for my writing process. But sometimes I might just write the hook and write like half a verse and then just come back to it. You know what I'm saying? Because I think as artists, a lot of us are sitting on hundreds, if not thousands of songs. So it's just always writing. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm always, I write enough to where I know, all right, let's just say I gotta go to the studio next week. All right, bet, I know I got enough. All right, bet, all I need is 2-3 more verses, or I might only need to finish one more verse, and then I can just be finished with the song. So I think I always either finish the song, or I think I do at least 75% of the record every time I work on a song. But it usually don't take that long, maybe 30, an hour, maybe even less, 20 minutes sometimes. So that's me personally.
Okay.
It can from 15 minutes to 11 months. No exaggeration. When I started Kill Everything EP, track 11, Nolly's Knowledge, I had the first verse written for it. No, actually, take it back. I only had the first part of the hook. And I didn't finish that song till about 2 weeks before my tape dropped. And I never stopped trying to write it. Nothing ever came. And the record, I knew it was just going to be so good that I had to finish it. But it took literally 11 months for that record. And it wouldn't have been finished prior. It was the pressures of having to finish the project while that record got finished. But there was no time limit on me creating the record that I would say. It all depends on, one, how interested I am in it, and then also, two, what can I say? Well, what can't I say? Because if the record's about cars, I don't really need to be talking about boats, unless I'm metaphorically, talking about cars and boats. But I don't want to do that or be that person. So it all depends. Time is not a thing for me. It's just always about the creative space, because writer's block is real, and I'm not always killing a rapper. Like, I like to watch Netflix sometimes too. It takes time, And I would tell anybody, take as much time as you need, because the last thing you want to do is waste money on studio time, and then you got to go back and rewrite it anyway. So take all the time you need.
Yeah. Like you. So in this industry, what keeps you driven? Like you don't get bored with it? Is it the components? Is it the networking? Like, what keeps you want to go through this full circle over and over again?
I want to be the best, unequivocally. There's nothing more. There's nothing more to it than that. And I know that when I say I want to be the best, every time I say it, the requirements to be it increases. Like, I have to actually go to the studio. I have to write. It's not that I want to write 100 songs every 3 months. It's like, this is what it requires. Like, I can tell you right now, Michael Jordan, Kobe, and LeBron, they put up more shots in practice than they put in the game. I can guarantee you. Like, Kobe used to shoot 2,000 times a day. Like, you feel me? And then go to practice. It's like, that level of unique passion, it's just like, it's either it's in you or it ain't in you. And I don't want to be average. I don't care for being average. For a lot of people, that's the standard. For me, no. I want to be the best. That's what makes, fuck the industry, fuck all that bullshit. I want to be the best. And if you get in my way, then you asking for what comes with that. You're asking for me to remove you out of the path for me to be great. Because that's literally what I'm going to fucking do. I don't give a fuck who you are, what your prerogative is. If you get in my, like, I'm so hell-bent on being great. If you get in my way of doing it, well, good luck, Charlie.
I'll say. And to answer the question, I think me just being grateful. Me just being grateful for the ability that I do have. And so I just... And
you see the balance?
I truly...
Yeah.
But I'm going to say something else, too. Which I truly enjoy. You know what I'm saying? I'm just grateful, bro. I'm really just grateful. But, you know what's funny about him? Every time he said that, I was just like that when I first started rapping.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to kill everybody. I think I probably still do got like a diss for every rapper. Probably like, in the game right now, I'm talking about, you can name whoever, I probably got a diss for him written somewhere in my Google Drive 8 years ago.
Oh, okay,
so
nice.
it's just like, when I hear him, it's just like, damn, like I was just like that. You feel me? Mm-hmm. But now it's just like, I'm not even saying the opposite, but it's like I really care less. But
I'm never going to change. I'm never going to change.
He might not, though. He might keep that forever.
He'll keep y'all at the golf course.
Yeah,
I'm the best today. And when we leave here, I'm
you know what's crazy?
Again.
I don't even... Because when people are coming, I say, like, I got more work to do. Like, Cooch will even tell me, like, he actually prefaces his comments now these days, but, bro, I don't care what you finna say, bro. You got it, bro. And it's just like, I don't feel like I'm nowhere near where I want to be, and I'm always going to have that mindset, too. So even as I arrogantly express how great I want to be, it's just like I'm humble enough to know, well, you still got a long ways to go. So, you know, treat people right while you're here, you know, make sure, you know, but like I said, just don't get in my way. Like that's all that's my only advice. Stay in your lane.
Right. We can both drive, just
yeah, you know. We can both drive. You know. There's a difference between a Honda and an Aston Martin, but
the doors go.
You know, the car goes vroom, you know, point A, point B, you know, that's what it is, you know. Just saying. Nobody wants an Impala over a Ferrari.
Unless you're trapping.
Yeah, exactly.
You cannot trap in an
Impala.
They like, bro, like you pulling up in this.
Yeah,
like,
come on, bro. We know what you got in here, bro. Come on. Open the door. Step out, Jerome. Come on. We know you got it. I smell it. Come on. Yeah, I got you.
Okay.
100%.
So Ayo being like the hometown Grammy award-winning producer from Orlando. How does that energy transcend to YouTube? Like him being a part of the process and the journey.
What Ayo is, I think that's a unique situation with him, because a lot of people, me having the opportunity to actually sit down and talk to him and pick out his brain for a little bit, I can tell you right now, like, Ayo the producer's cool, but when I met Austin Owens, and that's an amazing, kind-hearted, genuine brother who genuinely wants the city to win. He's not saying that so he can politically stay advantageous to the people under him. He genuinely wants to see Orlando win. And if he can just pioneer the door being open so the next person can walk through and renovate the room, he's fine with that. And that's what makes him so great to me. Like, you know, it's a dream come true for anybody in the city to work with that dude. He'll tell you out his own mouth. He wrote WAP on his couch. He made it on his couch. Sitting on his couch. He ain't never... You just have to see it, like, and really have a conversation with you to understand it. Because behind the screen, you're like, oh, this is a famous person, da-da-da-da. It's just like, nah, bro. Like, trust me, he is one of the most kindest, genuine-hearted people you can meet. And I cannot wait for this guy to actually just enlarge his platform, because he's going to bless so many people. He's going to bring up so many people. And I can't wait. I cannot wait. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for that. 100%.
Sounds like a good guy. I like the dog.
He was dope, man. He sent me a beat one time. The first time he texted me, he sent me a
That
beat.
little beat's ridiculous.
The beats he said?
Yeah, because when he texted me, he hit me, and I didn't even know who it was. And I never actually even told the story. Cooch knows this story, but I never told this story. So 2.5 years ago, I hit Ayo in the DM, and I was just like, one day we're gonna work together. In the meantime, you know, God bless you, and have those 808s ready. So one random Monday morning, it's actually 2 years and 7 days to the date I DM'd him. Yeah, I get a text on my phone. It's just like, you told me to have those 808s ready. And EB plugged me with Ayo, and I had been around artists who know Ayo, like TJ Peso, and I had conversations with Mo and everything like that. But I never really, you know, interacted with Ayo. So when he hit me, it was like, oh, had those 808. You told me I had those 808s ready. I was looking like, man, who the fuck gave this random ass dude my fucking number? Like, yeah, I done fucked up. And once again, don't get my time wrong. And then it's a beat link, so I read that and I hit the beat. And the first thing I hear is, hold up. And it's like, I dropped my fucking phone. Like, my heart started beating so fast, I had to, like, really, like, realize, like, wait a minute, nah. I'm trying to make sure this ain't no fake ass YouTube beat or that you just pull off the internet. It was just, no, it was really him. And that's when it all started. And that's why I always say I'm excited to, he sent me 2 other beats too. Crazy beat. I'm talking about like crazy, like astronomically crazy ass beats. And just the fact that he did that and he didn't have to. Just think about that. This is the first conversation I'm actually having with you. And I'm going to bless you with accessibility to what I create. It's like, man, you didn't have to send me that shit. You didn't. And the fact that he did it, that was just fucking crazy. And then to sit and meet him, it was dope. It's been an amazing opportunity. And that's why I say I'm blessed.
Hey, man, April 16, Cooch and Caine.
Yeah.
Let's get it. You know
Shout out Killer K, Shot It. Shout out Andrea, Does It Again. Make sure y'all follow my girl. Make sure y'all tap in for real, Tide Music Organization. Shout out Raekwon. Shout out Jay. Shout out District 3 Empire. Shout out everybody who's ever contributed to any creative aspect to Cooch and Caine. Any creative aspect to Cooch, to Kill Everything. Like, once again, shout out Killer K, Shot It. I want to make sure, you know, y'all know who did this.
For sure.
If they ask who shot it, Killer K shot it. You hear me? Yeah.
Sure, man.
Oh, and shout out God. What am I doing? Shout out God.
Most important. We in the building, that's it, man.
April 16th.
April 16th.